everybody, what's happening? It's Tuesday. You know what that means? It's Friggin Nerds Podcast night. It's Tuesday.
It's almost Wednesday.
Friggin Nerds.
You know what that means is it's Wednesday, Junior.
Wednesday.
It's Tuesday.
It's Loki Eve.
Pre-hump day, pre-hump day.
That's right, Loki. I keep forgetting that Loki comes out on Wednesdays.
I know, it's weird.
Comes out for us at 2 a.m.
Yeah. Are you staying up for that, babe?
Usually I would stay up, but I have to take Penny to art camp at 7 o'clock in the morning. So I'm not going to stay up this week. Next week I will.
Well, you can watch it in the parking lot on your phone when you drop her off.
That's right.
That's the whole gimmick.
And then you're going to pretend like you didn't see it.
Yeah, I'll be like, wow, this is such a good episode. I don't know what's going to happen, kids.
Would it be crazy if Iron Man just showed up?
Oh my god!
Oh my god! Can I just say that one of the guys I just got is yokai, which reminds me of Loki.
Jeez.
Yokai.
Yokai. It's like YOKAI. Yokai.
I know Yo Gabba Gabba.
Actually, speaking of Loki, we kind of have a Loki story today, but I just want to put this out here because we haven't really talked about it. And for people who haven't seen the show yet, cover your ears, I guess. But do you guys think that?
No.
So, listen to me. Let me finish.
Listen to me.
I know they said in the first episode, Loki's like, oh, how come the Avengers didn't get in trouble? And they're like, oh, they were supposed to do that. But do you think that at some point Cap got pulled over and they brought him in, and then they were
pulled over.
And hey, you kind of that's not cool. And he's like, struck a deal with them and went to a witness protection thing, and that's how he ended up with Peggy.
So there actually is a scene in this episode where you're seeing people in the background, get pulled in. Like we saw a scroll at one point in the background. There's one
scroll, not a squirrel.
Scroll. There is one background character that looks literally exactly like Peggy Carter.
Really?
Oh shit!
Yeah. Yep. It looks just like Peggy.
Still.
I hope they show something. I know people who did I talk to about this? I talked to somebody about this. Is it Mike? I don't know.
Wasn't me.
Someone had
possibly. Someone
wanted a show like a mini series, 5 episodes, maybe 6 for each stone. Have a show where Cap is returning each stone, and every episode's him returning a stone.
I would be so down for that.
Yeah, that'd be sweet.
That would be so good.
But I think, wouldn't that be cool if one of the episodes, he gets pulled, the last stone he puts down, he gets pulled over by the time police, and they take him in, and they say, listen, I'll make a deal with you. I did everything I wanted, blah, blah, blah. We worked so hard to get this together. Let me get my life back. And then that's how because the way time travel works, Cap still existed, young Cap that we know for all these years, but he probably hit out as old Cap living with Peggy. That's how you see him on the bench at the end of the next one.
It's so time travel throughout the entire rest of the universe in the MCU makes sense, except for Steve and him going back to live an entire life with Peggy.
Well, even the producers couldn't agree on it between the producers and the writers. They've contradicted themselves.
Right. Yeah.
On one side, they've said he lived in a different branch reality with Peggy. And then the other one said, no, he came back and he lived out his life in the background of this, which is like a real issue for me. Because then why didn't he help with 9/11? Why didn't he, how many events did he not get involved in where lots of people died? That one doesn't work for me.
True.
Yeah. But it would be really nice for them to.
And he kissed his niece.
Yeah, that's still strange.
So
but it would be really nice, to your point, Mario, if they use this show to polish that.
They need to make a choice.
Polish that up a little bit to fix it, or do something with the kind of gray
What
area
happened there?
of Captain America.
Did he make out with his niece?
Yes.
No.
I'm sure.
Yeah,
I'm sure it's gonna get clarified because that's how Marvel is. They find a way to clarify everything eventually. Oh, you bastard!
Our kids went to the gas station for
Aw.
It's the
Aren't
best.
they good?
It's the best having a teenager that can drive up to the gas station when you have
and the
responsibilities.
10-year-old who knows our candy
Yes,
preferences.
this is my
Thank you,
favorite.
Boo.
Yo,
I
speaking
was
of
gonna just get you a Crunch Bar, but then I saw those. I was like,
yes,
Daddy needs
so
those.
speaking of
delicious.
movies, and we're gonna move to snacks for a second. This is literally my favorite movie snack in existence.
Same.
Do you put it in the popcorn? Because Mario does.
That's what I do.
Oh, I haven't even thought about doing that.
Yeah,
That's
The
amazing.
sweet and the
it's a-
salty is unparalleled.
It's a whole
This is
different.
pennies. This is
That's
Penny's
mine.
favorite.
It's an extreme sour.
Lee
sour
agrees.
Extreme sour.
But yeah,
But I also love the watermelon ones.
nice.
Yes,
There
yes,
we go.
yes.
Nice. But yeah, I have to get. I would prefer it be in the box, the movie theater.
I like the box. Yeah.
but I'll take what I can get. Take what I can get.
Emily in chat, absolutely.
Oh
That's
yes.
like the big issue I have with that.
Yes, what you were saying about why it didn't help.
Yeah, like
If
it
he
just
was-
doesn't make sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
I wish
Also-
I
Emily
gotta
would've
get
said
to
that.
chat.
Yeah, I was saying, speaking of sweet stuff, let's talk about the chat. Who we got tonight? We have Emily Rose, we got Mr. Ree, we got Steph A,
AKA Stupid.
we got
The
Delta,
transition, that was
we
so-
got
What a
Stupid fries.
transition.
speaking of sweetness, our
Sweetness,
very
baby.
sweet community that we love so much. We appreciate you guys hanging out with us tonight. As you know, it is
Oh,
Tuesday.
sugar.
Hey, you guys turned off sound alerts and point redemptions, yeah?
I
You are my
did
candy
not.
girl.
I'll turn them off
And you
quick.
got me wanting you.
I
I'll
can-
continue to entertain chat with
There
a
we go.
sweet, sweet song.
Here's our sound alerts for you.
This
Yeah.
this one goes out to all of our chatters. This one is dedicated to you from
Hey,
Mario. Sugar, oh, honey, honey.
This reminds me of Cake Boss.
Cake
You
Boss.
are my candy girl.
Is that the
and
theme
you
song
got
for?
me. You want Yeah,
I got
it's the
the-
Cake Boss theme song.
I got the channel points, Mario. I'm in here now.
Oh, you did it. Oh, perfect. You beat me to
Turn
it.
him off before Stoop can get to him. I know he's dying
Or
to
Claw.
do a bean.
We hit those beans.
Or Claw,
Boom.
because Claw is real good for those.
Oh
We
yes.
put the beans. Oh, I can't reach it. We put all of our beans in our honeydukes jar.
Well, there
we
you
gotta.
go.
We reorganized the shelves behind us. If people haven't noticed, Britt spent a ton of time.
Now I just gotta get lights in them.
My
I
pride
love
and
it.
joy of this list. If you lean your head a little bit this way,
Can you,
You
see
can
the
see
Pokemon cards?
a
over
line of
there?
Pokemon cards.
Oh, yeah.
There's a promo Charizard right there. My Dark Blastoise. Oh yes.
Oh, snap.
Oh yes.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Dawn, I should be around tomorrow evening, I believe. Why? What do you need, Fran? I should be
Where'd
around.
Choco? There it is.
Oh, that's delicious.
What you drinking?
I just had a little bit of Sprite to get me going because I was starting to
Excuse
pass
me?
out.
Oh, sprites.
A little bit of sugar for my body.
That's a terrible idea.
Yeah, like
Sprite?
like the coffee you had.
Insulin.
Insulin.
I've got some delicious coffee. I'm about to go refill it.
Paige
Dawn,
been
where are you
drinking
planning a trip
Sprite
for?
Zero though, Mario, and she likes it.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Dawn, where are you going? Are you trying to plan a trip to New York? Is that it?
Oh,
help
is
you
it to New York?
No, it's to Salem.
Possibly
but which
in August?
Salem, Mike? Which Salem could
She
it
said
be?
maybe. She said maybe. Dawn, are you coming to New York with us?
Oh, are you coming to New York?
Oh
I
my
feel
god,
like
if
she
Dawn
just-
is coming, then we 100% need to like get our own reimbursement.
I feel like she just won a trip to New York. The way that Lee's and Delta
Come
wins
on down.
a trip to New York.
But she's paying for it. Oh, for goodness. But anyways, guys, as you know, every Tuesday we get together in a Zoom call to record this lovely podcast we call the Friggin Nerds Podcast. So in a few minutes we're gonna go into record mode. So if you guys notice that we're not paying attention to chat and all
Refill my
the
coffee real quick.
and all the trash you're talking, yeah, go do your coffee. I'll do
You're on
the
mute.
intro here.
No, was just
Oh, okay. Sorry about that.
But anyways, as you can see by the lovely mystery dropping in the live recording deal, we will be recording the podcast that comes out every Thursday on Spotify, Google, wherever you get your podcasts. So if we're not paying attention to the chat, you know why. When we're done recording, we'll hang out for a few minutes afterwards to say goodnight and chit chat about what happened during the show and all that good stuff. So we'll just wait for Mike to get his coffee on, and then we'll be ready to rock and roll.
Dawn just like completely woke me up. I'm just saying, like
Oh,
the fact
good.
that she's contemplating going, I'm like so freaking hype.
Thank
So
goodness.
freaking hype.
Well, is she a part of James's Discord?
I don't think so.
I
don't know. I think she got added to it recently, but she's not in the Discord for the planning.
For people who are definitely down to go, James,
let us know so we can add you to the Discord for the group.
Yes.
Who all in chat is going to or thinking
To
about
New
going
York.
to
New
York City. Salsa.
Work sent out a link to take
No,
that
we went two
work.
different ways there. That was adorable.
It went from
Scoop,
singing
it's
to a
August.
burp.
It's August 13th through the 16th. And
August.
I just got approved to take a personal day on the 13th. So we get a travel day on
Yes.
Friday.
I haven't even talked to my job yet, but I don't know if we're going to need to. I don't know when we're going. I saw that you were trying to plan this with us, Lee, the other day, and we've been.
I mean,
so
you guys have
busy.
been crazy busy. I get it.
Yeah.
Let's
So, yeah,
all
we'll
let's
talk.
let's chat
Tomorrow
tomorrow.
will be my first day, like available.
Let's chat
Rita.
tomorrow with Steph and
Oh.
Dawn too.
Rita Radtastic. She
Rita's
lives. She
in
lives.
the house.
She lives near New York. When is this happening?
This
This is
happening in
August.
August.
13th through the 16th.
We're having our big community
Meetup.
of Wizards Unite content creators and players. It's a mobile AR game. It's
Not just that though.
It's how we all met. Is through that game, and we're having a giant meetup in New York City in August.
So we
a
can
ton
go
of
to
us-
the,
to the new
Harry Potter
store.
store.
the Harry Potter store, baby.
That's gonna be very dope. I'm excited. I'm very excited for it.
I'm
Mhm.
so excited.
I'm gonna buy a lot of money's gonna be
just
dropped. It's gonna be
get
scary.
I'm about to lose my money and I think I like it.
Yes.
Absolutely.
That always reminds me of Tommy Boy. Did you eat paint chips as a child? Yeah. Yeah, why?
Oh
I
goodness.
know, Steph. We're gonna miss you so much, but totally understand.
Steph, we'll live stream you in. We'll we'll get you on the
Yes,
Zoom
that'd be
call.
perfect.
Let's put her on an iPad and
Yeah.
put it
It's
on
like the
a-
robots we saw at E3, Mario.
Yeah.
What is the Paul Blart thingies? We'll just
The
put her on
segways.
one of those.
Segways.
A
And
segue.
we're just gonna take you around New York.
No, I have a backpack and we'll put the iPad on the backpack because I got a mobile hotspot, so it'll be fine. We'll just put her on my back or on my front like a baby.
Yes.
Yeah, let's tape her in like a pouch. Like she'll be a kangaroo coming out of your pouch.
A
Little-
fanny pack.
Little kangaroo
Oh.
Steph.
Put her in
Kangaskhan
Mike's fanny pack.
Yeah.
a- Steph in the fanny.
The Manny fanny.
You can just be hanging on my hip the whole time. And I was just like, hey, look, guys, it's Steph.
Oh. Beautiful.
Well, once again we've made it weird. Sounds like it's about time to record a podcast.
Oh man, let's see if we can make it through. So, ladies and gentlemen, as always,
I don't think we're gonna be able to.
this is the Friggin Nerds Podcast. Welcome to the Friggin Nerds Podcast. Enjoy. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 11 of the Friggin Nerds Podcast. As always, I'm your host, Mario Lima, joined by the illustrious group of nerds, starting with at the bottom right, the
Nobody
lovely...
raise your hand until we know if he's talking about Lee or not. Let's not make it weird.
It's Mike. It's Mike.
Starting with my future ex-wife. I'm kidding.
Ex-wife.
Lee Dumas in the
But
field
we're
of
not
flowers.
even fighting this week.
Yeah, right. For once, we're not fighting this week.
What the
Give it
heck?
time.
Maybe
Give
I'm
it time.
maybe I'm starting to fight this week. Who knows? And speaking of lovely
It's
flowers,
like my other future ex-wife.
my other future ex-wife, the lovely Britio, aka Brit. What's
What
happening?
up?
Heyo, ba, 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 ba.
And then your future wife.
And my third wife, you know him, you love him, Sweaty Mike.
Future sister wife.
What's up, guys?
Oh,
Welcome to
Heyo.
another podcast.
Look at
This is the newest podcast, Brother Husbands.
Brother husband.
brother
Brother
husband.
husband.
Now let
There's
me
the
tell
name
you
of the
something,
podcast.
brother.
Can you say podcasts in the Darth Vader in the Palpatine voice?
Podcast.
Thank you.
Oh,
Yeah, that's how the original Friggin Nerds podcast used to start. Was me doing an impression of
Palpatine.
what would I say? It was like, I forgot how it went. It's like you are now about to listen to this fully operational podcast, and that was how the
Nice.
show started. And we had a theme song.
See the mix of the whole
Did
thing.
you have a hood and everything too? Because that.
Oh, we didn't know how to work video back then, so everything was everything was
It was
audio.
pretty.
back
Yeah,
then.
the video was pretty laid back. I mean, the video was.
Yeah, no, well, yeah, we did like video, like a little bit there, stationary stuff, but and then we did like the mixer and stuff, and in the basement, crappy mics. But it's obviously advanced over the years, and now we're here, 11 episodes in, ridiculous. I don't know how we made it, but we're number 11, baby.
It's not just the first double digit. We're now like in the double digits.
It's
We're
in.
like
with
in
11.
there. It's like
We're
when you're
we're
30,
in the
you're
early
good.
Right.
teens.
Yes,
We're
Early.
middle age.
we're preteen.
We're preteens.
Yeah, preteens, not teens yet.
Yep.
We're at 13. That's gonna be like a big day.
Yeah, we're like in the training bra area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got advanced.
We
to
need the full boobies.
full boobies. We're getting there, guys.
We're getting to full boobies soon.
Tissue paper.
Right now, we're stuffing. We're getting to full boobies
We're
soon.
stuffing. This is the bra stuffing podcast, guys.
That's right. The
Look at this.
Raw Stuff and Nerdy podcast.
Already off
Welcome
the
in.
already off
We
the
are
rails.
off the rails.
Well, let's see, but to get our minds warmed up, we're gonna be starting off with, as you know, last week we started some new segments on the show to have fun, get the community talking, all that good stuff. So we're starting off with a new segment called Versus, where, as you know, in our Discord every day we have a fun channel called Question of the Day, where we have a lot of debates and questions about normal stuff that goes on in your life and debating on superheroes, who can kick whose ass. So on Versus, here on the podcast, we take two completely separate characters, mix them together into a big brawl, and we debate who would win in that fight. This week, we have two very interesting characters. This week, we're pitting Star-Lord versus Batman, the Dark Knight.
Oh my gosh.
And this should be an interesting battle. Two very different regions of the world. One's in space, one's in Gotham City.
One's space and one is in Gotham City.
One is
Exactly.
earthbound.
So I think let's start off with the Berkeys. What do you guys think?
All right, so we've got to clarify this question power level wise, because Peter or Star-Lord.
Which Peter are we talking
Yeah,
about?
we're talking half celestial that, you know, has like these superpower. I mean, what does it matter though? Because Batman has fought Superman and won against him. So like I kind of want to just jump on the Star-Lord train, but no, Batman's gonna figure it out.
I feel like you have a lot of confidence in Batman,
I
and I'm
do.
not sure where that comes from. He's a rich playboy who looks good in black tights.
Yep.
I
Tony-
could go to East Nashville and
Stark
find a
was a
lot
rich
of the
playboy.
same thing.
True.
This is an easy choice for me this week, I have to say, because Star-Lord has a freaking spaceship and Batman is earthbound.
Hmm.
So like all
Batman has the
Star-Lord's gotta
Batwing.
do, it's not a spaceship, bro.
But I mean, we're not fighting it. I'm
He doesn't
talking.
have a jetpack. He can't go out into outer
Talking-
space.
Talking Star-Lord has come to Earth, come back home to Missouri, and Batman comes and meets him for a fight.
think of two
But
dudes.
Star-Lord has all that futuristic equipment.
Batman's got a lot of equipment too. He's got a
but-
utility belt full of all kinds of crap.
A batarang, okay.
Batarang.
Yeah, a batarang, and
Plus,
years.
Star-Lord has a sick playlist.
Okay. Oh yeah, because
dang it.
yes, because
You need a sick playlist to kick
because
to.
the Redbone classic, fucking what's the fucking song in the beginning of the movie? Come and Get Your Love. That song's gonna fucking kill Batman. Batman
Come and
has
Get Love, come and get no. That keeps you on beat. So when you're fighting, you make
Dance off
sure
battle.
you get your hits in at the right time. There's a reason.
all right.
Yep, it's like a metronome.
Come and
But-
get your love. Come and
It's
get
like
your love. now.
Parappa the Rapper.
Have you ever done aerobics?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Come and get your love. Come and get your love.
keeps
come
it
and
keeps
get
your
love
energy
now.
up for sure.
But
Batman doesn't have that. He's just whiny.
He is.
Oh,
He's a
because
rich
his
boy.
parents got
He's
murdered.
a rich boy.
Another one. This is like the
We're
the
treading
Bucky
into
stuff.
like the Bucky
And
stuff.
Star-Lord's parents got murdered, kinda, by cancer.
Yeah, her
That
dad-
his dad gave his mom
yeah.
cancer, but he's not a whiner.
they both got daddy issues. So that's the thing. But fighting wise, you have Batman who has years of training. You know, if we're going with the Christian Bale one, you know, him training with Ra's al Ghul in the mountains and for years, and he, takes his fear of bats and darkness and controls it as his own, positive force. And Star-Lord, what? He got raised by a bunch of space pirates.
Yeah. And
No, but Yondu
you know what
is
the kind of balls you
awesome.
have to be raised by space pirates?
He had no choice.
Makes
He's a
you hard.
child.
Makes you hard.
It makes you hard.
and
I'm
he's skinny,
sorry,
he can
but
get into
Batman.
things.
Exactly. Exactly.
Right? Wasn't
Batman
that
was
what Yondu
coddled.
always said?
He's little and he can
Yeah.
get into small spaces.
If
Oh
you don't
my
get in there, I'm
gosh.
gonna eat you.
Now I'm picturing Yondu's death scene, and like I'm starting to flip to Star-Lord's side just because
man,
of that.
Yondu.
He may have been your father, but he wasn't your
Yeah.
daddy.
It wasn't
Um,
your daddy.
You're gonna make me cry on stream.
I don't know.
Oh my
Me,
God.
Here's what I'll say.
Mary freaking
against-
Poppins, y'all.
Yes.
Was he cool?
The coolest.
Star-Lord can be a little impulsive.
Mhm.
He could be a little hot-headed. I do think that Batman has him there. I think Batman's a little more controlled.
Mhm, mhm.
okay.
Would you agree?
Oh, 100%. Has
Whoa.
Batman beat enemies that were incredibly stronger than he was? He was able to outsmart them, maneuver them. He was able to build things that would be able to fight against them. I mean, he's like a very awesome version of Tony Stark. And so I think Batman would win this battle. I think a lot of it has to do with partially what you were starting to get at is, Peter Quill, he's a little bit hot-headed. He kind of just is impulsive. He goes into hot-headed and too into things. And Batman was
Peter
like,
almost jacked up the entire Thanos thing
Yeah.
because he was so hot-headed.
Yep.
Like easily one of the largest mistakes in the MCU. So you do have to remember that.
That's very true. Our cat is trying to acknowledge Batman as well. You hear her?
In the chat.
And Bobo, as soon as you guys started talking about Batman, let one rip and like gassed the whole room.
That-
so I
that
think
was-
he's
that was-
made
that was
his
his
stance
Batman
pretty
smoke
clear.
bomb.
Bobo.
Oh my god!
was-
What crawled up this dog's ass, guys? Holy
oh
crap!
my goodness. Yeah,
All right,
he had a
so-
lot of treats. So my final pick is gonna be Batman. Sound off in the chat. I'm seeing a lot of
Wow.
Batmans in the chat, but sound off. Final answer: Star-Lord or Batman. I'm picking Batman.
I think I'm gonna be on Mario's side with this as well.
Oof.
Batman. Look, I love Star-Lord. I mean, I picked him in our Avengers draft. I love Chris Pratt. I love the character of Star-Lord himself. But Batman has always been towards the top of my list of favorite superheroes. And
Obviously,
he's
you learn nothing from choosing DC.
oh, that's true. That's true. But this is Batman we're talking about, and I feel like Cedric Diggory is going to start playing Batman, so maybe that will get some votes back on
No,
the
it's
Batman
even
side.
weirder. That's
No.
even weirder to me.
No, I'm
Yeah,
going Batman
no.
for sure. He would have
Oh, my
figured out.
Lanta.
Yes,
No.
he would have figured out
Mario
a
has
way.
now put on his Batman mask.
Just
No.
like Star-Lord is too impulsive, Batman is so great at reactive things. He's so cool, calm. He would destroy Peter Quill.
No.
So
He'd pick him apart.
While Star-Lord is impulsive, it's because he's passionate.
Yeah.
I'm not arguing
and
that.
what do you couple that passion with? The powers that you receive from being, I don't know, a celestial human hybrid child.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Half a planet.
I'm gonna go with Star-Lord.
Okay, all right.
And I am 100% on Brit's side because kick-ass playlist plus jetpack plus spacesuit plus spaceship.
The Lee,
There
I'm not
is
gonna
no
lie.
comparison.
The playlist argument almost. I was like, oh, that's a good point. Yeah,
For dance fighting.
yeah.
Yeah. Everybody.
So we're split.
Fighting.
We're split. The hosts are split down the middle, 2 and 2. So chat, we need a tiebreaker here.
We need a sound off here.
I'm seeing a lot of Batmans.
We are talking celestial here. Stupefy.
Yes, but remember, Batman has beat Superman several times.
Superman is
But on
loser.
Earth.
I could
Superman has
Superman.
like
Lee is
kryptonite.
talking about like pulling out some Star Fox, Star Wars space battles or something. Like we're
Yeah.
talking on Earth. They're fighting on Earth.
Okay, but like Superman has like kryptonite is like his Superman has freaking kryptonite and like, oh, I'm melting. Like Star-Lord doesn't have a kryptonite, okay?
Also, being on Midgard does not mean that he loses his celestial powers.
No, I'm not saying
Just
that.
like Loki.
I'm just
and
saying
Thor
because
did.
if Lee is saying that they're battling in space, then that's a different story. We're battling in Batman's home field here.
Please.
But
Not
at any
Star-Lord.
moment, at
would
any
kick
moment,
his ass. You just name the place. He's gonna be there.
Dude was
and
born
Chris
on
Pratt is gonna take your sparkly vampire ass to town. I don't care.
Bye-bye.
Name it. Gotham City, Midgard, up in freaking outer space, anywhere. You name the place. Star-Lord is good. He's gonna kick your ass and then he's gonna dance out.
What
Yeah,
happened
he
when he
is.
tried to confront like Gamora? Remember he got like his ass kicked? By...
That's because of love. He was distracted
Oh,
by
okay,
beauty.
okay. All
and
right, cool.
Gamora,
Maybe,
he was trying to get Gamora to dance because she's not the type that dances. There are
What
two
if
types of
he-
people in this
what
world.
if he tries to get Batman to dance though?
Batman.
Then it just turns into a dance off, and obviously Star-Lord is gonna win that. So
How-
like, let's
how-
be
how-
real.
how-
That's the question. Who wins in a dance off between Star-Lord
Obviously
and Batman?
Star-Lord.
Not if it's Adam West Batman. You're gonna get ruined if it's Adam West Batman. You ever see Adam West dance
Oh man.
on the surfboard?
Yes.
That's the best.
Yes, yes, yes.
That's the best.
Does he
Batman.
have the jump twist, the jump turn though?
Hmm.
I
Like
don't
that.
think he has. No, he has way better dance moves. We'll see. But I think
Yeah, see, even Brandon says Star-Lord wins a dance off.
Yeah, no, I would agree with that. Yeah, I think he would win.
all right.
Hello.
But in a fight, I think we all agree it's probably Batman.
No,
Yes.
we don't all agree.
Chat agrees. I have. Let's see.
No.
Let's see. I got.
Yeah, hey,
Star-Lord.
can somebody in chat count up the tally in the chat on who
Please.
everybody has?
Why
has
don't we just do a
voted for?
poll? Let's just
We
do
could
a
do a
poll.
poll.
Who-
We could do a
who-
poll.
That would be the right
Who of
way.
the
That would make
mods can do a
sense.
poll?
I can start one. real
Mike
quick.
can do a
Yep.
poll.
Starting to pull up. y'all.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, but Steph, if he's on his own, Steph is saying he's insecure. But if he doesn't have his cronies around to fall back on, he can put up a good front.
Y'all, he held an infinity stone in his freaking hand.
Yes.
Batman could hold one too if he built the right thing, just like Iron Man
Nah.
did.
The only thing he's holding in is his ego or his balls.
Or his batarangs.
So while I'm making this poll and before we segue, yeah,
Listen, Mike.
what's the battle between Iron Man and Batman? If we're talking about egos,
I mean, Iron Man and Batman is probably a better matchup. We'll have to do that one on a future one because that
Alright.
one is
Yeah.
really good. That's the two rich playboys.
all right,
Yeah.
all right,
With no superpowers.
Yep,
all right. There we go.
just their toys.
Poll is up. Let's see how that goes.
Star-Lord, vote.
Vote for Star-Lord.
Vote for Batman.
Oh wow, it's neck and neck right now. Oh wait.
And for those audio listeners listening in, go hang out. Make sure you hang out every Tuesday night. I'll record this
Oh my
live
God. This
on
is
our
so
twitch.tv/Friggin Nerds Media. We interact when we can with the chat. and the chat is deciding the winner of tonight's debate.
Come on,
Oh
guys.
my Lanta, this is neck and neck. Like it keeps going up a little at a time. Like Star-Lord, Batman, Star-Lord, Batman. Right now, Star-Lord's ahead. Batman just pulled in.
No.
We're at 50-50 right now. 4 to 4, 4 to
Star-Lord's
5.
up again.
Star-Lord. 4 to 6. Star-Lord. Who's
7?
spamming those bits? Someone's
Right?
spamming those bits on Star-Lord right now. You cheaters. This is how Mike wins the drafts every week.
yo, y'all are just salty
I'm pretty
that I pick
sure-
Will.
I'm pretty sure that somebody created a bunch of ghost accounts just to boost Mike's draft
Yeah.
picks
Mike,
every week.
Mike is
Pretty
that
sure.
someone.
Yes, I created 14 more accounts just to vote for myself.
I knew it. I knew it.
Exactly what's
He
happening.
sits in bed at night.
He's making.
Stays up late.
I wait for her to go to sleep, and I'm like, time to make some more accounts.
He has all these.
Time to make the donuts.
He's got all these burner phones that have like Twitter accounts on.
Yes. if I was for real doing
Brent's
that,
like, who are
though,
you cheating on me with? And he's like, I'm not. I'm cheating
I'm
on the
not.
whole crew.
I'm voting.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my
It's looking like
gosh.
Star-Lord, guys. I'm just saying.
You guys are ridiculous. This is ridiculous.
well-
saying, boys.
There you go.
I'm kind of
Chat is spoken and chat does no wrong.
I'm kind
Unless
of
they pick Batman.
in agreement with Steph in the chat. Steph is saying the chat was all over Batman until the polls came up, and now
Yeah,
Star-Lord's gonna win.
I'm saying that's rigged. This community is
All right.
ridiculous.
I'm glad the chat agreed with my vote of Star-Lord. Let's move on.
Oh my! Oh, you're flip flopping now, Mike. You son of a
kidding.
bitch.
I'm with
Stoop is
Batman.
saying Mike created 14 different emails and verified them all because he's a Hufflepuff.
100%.
And verified.
100%.
Verified them all.
Well, unfortunately, I guess Star Lord won. So,
Yeah.
anyways, guys, with that segment done, I think we can move on to our big chunky one. We're going on to the nerdy news. We have about 4 items, I believe, this week.
The big chunky baby.
The big chunky,
Yes.
the big
Yeah.
chunk.
Stoop looks like he contributed 20 bits towards the poll results.
I knew it. And he picked Star Lord. He was all over Batman the whole freaking
Yep.
time.
I will thank you for
Well,
your 20
he
bits. but-
changed because of the Celestial.
Yeah. All right. Sorry. Didn't mean to interrupt you, Mario.
Speaking of celestials, well, anyways, I don't know what that segment was. A lot of nerdy news this week. We have 4 items on the list, starting with some news from Netflix and CD Projekt Red. Mike, do you want to read this story here?
Yo, I am stoked for this. And there's one main reason that I'm super stoked for this that wasn't even in this article that we posted up. But let's start from the beginning.
Let's do
This
that.
week, Netflix and CD Projekt Red announced that they're partnering together to create WitcherCon.
Oh, throw a coin to your Witcher.
That's right, on July 9th. Dude, that's only like a couple weeks away. That's like coming up. So we are I got muted. Sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry.
We are stoked for this. Sorry, the baby's making some noise. We are stoked for this mainly for season 2 of The Witcher. Coming out hopefully coming out later this year. That's the rumors. We've got a little teaser trailer this week that looks awesome. A lot of Siri content. But season 2 of The Witcher coming out later this year. I'm sure that it's going to be featured a ton at this WitcherCon. But some of the other things that I didn't actually even know about was Netflix is actually planning 2 other Witcher shows. Yeah, that was my face too, Lee. They've got
Which Witcher?
Which Witcher?
Which Witcher?
Witcher show.
It's an animated. They have an animated spin-off movie that they're doing, which should be pretty cool. And then they're also making a live-action prequel show
What?
called The Witcher: Blood Origin.
The Witcher.
And I'm
Toss a
all in.
coin to
Just
your Witcher.
just on the title of the show, I'm all in. Blood Origin. It's gonna be super
yeah.
fun. So that's the Netflix. That's the Netflix side. So it's a split conference. Netflix is kind of handling those things I just mentioned, but CD Projekt Red is also going to have announcements, and that's for those that don't know, that's the developers of the Witcher game series. And this is more of a mystery to everybody. They're not entirely sure what exactly they're going to debut at this con. Some people are speculating that it could be a new Witcher game, but it may not be like part of the main series with like, Geralt being like the main guy. Could be somebody else. Which
I have a question. Weren't they going to do a mobile game?
Oh, that's where I'm going, Lee.
Oh, sorry.
Yes.
Didn't mean to steal your thunder.
No, you're good. But I think the big announcement that's going to be at the end of CD Projekt Red's, they'll probably have like a game that they'll probably show. But we have a mobile AR Witcher game that was announced before the pandemic and has been in the beta for months. And I've been trying to get into the beta.
Let me into the beta.
We have no release date other than
We all
summer.
just need to move to New Zealand.
Yeah, New Zealand gets all the betas. It's crazy.
I would love that though. I'd love to live in a
Right?
hobbit hole.
Right. But we have no official release date other than the summer of this year. And then like around the time that they kind of did that tentative date of summer this year, they announced this convention. I think at this convention, that AR game.
Oh, this is a funny way for him to get stuck too.
Well, he'll come back. Give it a minute.
It's not us, right?
No, we're good.
Okay. Just checking out. Our internet is still in. Oh no. Oh, hello. Oh wait.
You're muted.
Hold
though.
on. Did you
Am I
mute?
back?
You're back.
You're back.
Yo.
And
Sorry
cut.
for the interruption.
Yeah, cut and
That
try to
was,
get back. Start that idea over again.
I think that the AR game convention.
Oh, no, it's back. It's back.
I think that the AR mobile game drops at this convention.
All right.
I think at the end of it, it's like, boom, check out this new AR mobile game, geolocation game. Go catch some crazy monsters. The AR game's called Witcher Monster Slayer. So you guys keep a lookout for that. I think it drops at this convention July 9th.
Hopefully, because I think for
Heck
sure. I mean, CD Projekt Red's kind of gone, under some heat as of late. As some might know, they were the people behind Cyberpunk 2077, and we all know how that game went. If you guys don't know, that was a game that was, announced several years ago. It looked like it was going to be the future of gaming. It was a fun-looking, futuristic kind of adventure RPG type gimmick, and it came out looking terrible and crashing on people's systems to the point where it got taken out the PlayStation Store. It was so bad, which I think they just announced that's going to be back in like a couple weeks on PlayStation Store. So we'll see if they fixed any bugs. But I'm excited for this. Hopefully, CD Projekt Red can pick it up. And
Steph got in, Mike. Steph got into the beta.
Oh, snap. Dude, that's
she
awesome.
just got in yesterday, so keep trying.
Oh, I'll have to go check. I haven't checked it in a little bit. I'll see if I haven't checked in like a week. So
well, there we go.
But yeah,
Very good.
I'm stoked. I'm a huge fan of the Witcher series. I would love to play this AR game. But anyway, WitcherCon, July 9th. It's going to be streaming on Twitch and YouTube. Go check it out. It's gonna be super fun for Witcher fans.
Absolutely. Speaking of fun stuff, as you guys know, I'll take this one for Britt since she's gone for a moment. Her good old side piece, Loki, killed it last week. Loki first day viewership scores record for Disney Plus and Marvel series. I think they broke about, so recording from Samba TV reports that Loki's Wednesday premiere drew 890K U.S. households, which in the third-party streaming state, or is said to be the largest U.S. premiere today for any of the shows. So this was
out of
all three shows, this was the biggest premiere for all the shows.
They've just had enough time for more people to sign up for Disney Plus, is what that means.
They're selling these subscriptions, man. I'm telling you, like these are.
Yeah.
Killing it. Like it's wild to see. It's
people are like, okay, Loki's coming, so I guess like with all these announcements, I guess I'll sign up for Disney Plus.
Well, I think it was probably it could have been just the buildup of WandaVision, Falcon and Winter Soldier, and just the momentum of everybody being like, yo, these shows are hot, like this is good, like you should get this subscription.
It's our podcast, guys, let's be real.
Yeah,
exactly. Us hyping these shows up every week.
So that probably helped, with Loki's numbers, but still, I mean, it just completely crushed, the previous numbers.
Guys, even Mama Dawn was watching Loki.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
And it's
Shout
so
out to
good.
Mama Dawn, who's probably
So good.
listening to her car.
Yeah.
Listening in her car, not to her car.
Listening to her car. But yeah, it's definitely it's like they are definitely killing it, but it's just, I think we talked about in the podcast before, like this is the future of, seeing these properties now, with like, I mean, theaters are starting to come back up now, slowly but surely. I'm still not comfortable to go just yet. I'm still waiting for a little bit of time to
You're
pass.
vaccinated. What are you waiting for?
I know. But anyway.
Let's go. Let's freaking go see Cruella in theaters, please.
Oh, let's go right now. Let's stop the podcast
Let's
and go
freaking
right
go.
now.
I want to go.
Let's go.
It is Bargain Tuesdays right now, y'all. Let's go.
It's a Bargain Tuesdays? Do they still do
It's
that?
Bargain Tuesdays. They still do that, I think.
You
I
sure?
would imagine.
I
Probably.
would assume they're doubling prices with all these
Nah, they still got
cancellations.
Bargain Tuesdays. Nobody goes to the movies on a Tuesday.
Absolutely. But so that's great news for that, with people are tuning in around their sets to see this show. It's a fantastic show so far. The first episode blew my mind.
It's so I was trying to like maybe describe or like figure out why the numbers went up, other than just it being such a great show. It is the best premiere so far of the Marvel shows.
Agreed.
100%. Like
It gives us the most meat for sure.
I was glued to my screen, and it's not, and like I said, it's I kind of like defended like maybe this is why the numbers were there. Even if we had the same amount of subscribers as we had earlier, I totally think we would have been looking at the best show so far on Disney Plus, premiere wise, 100%.
It's really good. It's a really good show.
Absolutely.
Britt, you have time to
let's
Loki thoughts
perfect. Let's get her thoughts in.
Sorry,
what are we talking about?
we're talking about Loki breaking records on
Sorry
Disney
about
Plus.
that, guys. Baby's having a tough time sleeping.
Yep.
Loki. Yeah, Loki broke records and is currently sitting at 96% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yo, that's the biggest thing.
That is not easy to do.
So
guys.
that's telling you. That's kind of what I was saying. It's there's a ton of people watching it, but 96% on Rotten Tomatoes.
There's a lot of people watching it and they're loving it too.
Yeah.
Loving it.
Real quick review of the premiere from the Loki expert.
I loved everything except Renslayer. This is the only thing I wasn't super jazzed about her acting.
Actress.
Yep. Maybe not the actress. It could have been the way that she was directed to act in her, like really her only scene.
So for those that don't, Renslayer is the judge that is, asking for how Loki please. And Loki's like, gods don't plead.
I thought that Tom Hiddleston knocked it out of the park again.
Him and Owen Wilson, like I want a spin-off. I mean, I guess we're kind of getting that right now, but I want a spin-off like cop show with them.
Can I say
I'll just say Owen Wilson, because like people knock on Owen Wilson, they think of him as the wedding crasher, and all that stuff. But like him and Hiddleston, they play off each other so well. That chemistry is right there.
So I was very skeptical when I started. If Mario remembers, I was like, I don't know how I feel about him in this, Owen Wilson. And then as the show progressed, I was like, okay. Yeah. All right. Yep. Okay. Now I see why they picked him to play this role. Like as the show went on, I understood his character better. And I was like, yeah, he's perfect for this role. Like 100%.
But yeah, it's super fun. I'm curious to see where this goes. We still don't have a like total of episodes they're doing, right? What are you thinking?
6.
Like it's 6 episodes for sure.
We were 6 episodes in. Confirmed season 2.
Confirmed season
rumored
2.
Season 3. And we've also been told by Father Feige that this show, out of all of them, has the most to do with leading us into Doctor Strange and the multiverse of madness. And I think it was really that like little that little like exposition story from Miss Mammoth, where she was telling us all about, Lee's showing off her Doctor Strange necklace. It's pretty sick. It like told us all about the history of the universe, and there used to be multiple universes, and she actually uses the words multiverse and madness in the same sentence.
Same sentence.
So I think they're just really setting up like what is what is time travel and the multiverse going to look like going forward in the MCU? And this is kind of getting us all set up and ready for the big multiverse of madness. I do think that like we're going to get to the big Secret Wars event.
From
like
this,
I
from
There
like
you
the
go.
show.
maybe the first Avengers crossover
Ooh.
movie of this phase, I think could be.
I was thinking about the other day. Do you think Loki's gonna retcon everything?
Oh, I hope
Um,
not.
I don't know if he's gonna
What would
retcon.
you think he would? the show
So
would
from what I took from, because so thinking about
Oh,
it,
yeah.
if they're going to do 2 seasons, I'm assuming they're going to leave us on some kind of cliffhanger, obviously. And so I feel like we're going to be with Loki for a while. And so after seeing, spoilers, I'm just going to say this right now, spoilers for the episode 1 of the Loki on Disney Plus. I made this joke when it first got announced, saying, oh, this is going to be Loki from 2012. How funny would it be if they made him watch Thor: Dark World or something to catch up? And they literally did that in the episode. He like watched these moments from these past movies to kind of catch up, right? So
Yeah.
so he's
Well, and I think that was a perfect way to speed run 2012 Loki to the
Redeemed
Loki that we saw
Right.
in Infinity War.
right,
Yeah.
which that's good. But then that makes me nervous because then I'm wondering
Are they gonna
when
retcon?
so when he fast forwards over to when Thanos chokes the shit out of him and he sees that and he like freaks out, even though
And when his mother died.
yeah, I saw his mother die. He saw all this traumatic stuff within seconds, and but after
Is he gonna fix that? Is that
so I'm
where you're going?
thinking, is this going to be the thing
Seems
now
to be having
where
regrets.
yes,
so the
so
Oh, go
like
ahead.
so
Hold
I'm-
on, I'm trying to understand what Mario's saying.
So I'm thinking, this is my prediction for the plot of the show, is that Owen Wilson tells him, oh, this has to happen, blah blah blah. There's another Loki out there that they need to stop. But what if something happens where he stops that Loki, then he takes over and he tries to fix everything and like avoid the Thanos thing from ever happening, avoid the Dark World events from happening, and what if that like retcons about like 7 years of movies?
So here's the thing about that. So our version of time travel in the MCU is not like the butterfly effect, like Ashton Kutcher butterfly effect. So going back into time, and like changing things, it doesn't rewrite your future. It creates alternate branches. So what was going to happen on that main timeline was going to happen. And then you're going to have different branch alternate realities of other things that could happen, but you can't rewrite what's in the future. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because they're going with like a different type of time travel.
And we also have to remember too that these crazy folks have paperweight Infinity Stones. They have, so this entire like 10 years of Avengers movies that we've watched to see how powerful these stones are and all that stuff, they're just like, meh, these are paperweights. So the fact that like if Loki was
And the
somehow like,
Tesseract too.
yeah, exactly. And if for some reason like Loki's able to like switch bodies or whatever, or roles with the variant Loki that they're after, I'm pretty sure the TVA is going to be able to detect that. I mean, they have these like supreme powers, and like they wouldn't. I mean, it would just bring him right back to the TVA.
I don't
if they did
think
that.
Loki's going to be interested in being in any of those branch realities anymore, because we saw, like, I don't think Loki stuck around to help Mobius because he is a redeemed Loki. I don't think that's what's happening at all. He had his Tesseract, and 2012 Loki wanted to be in power and he wanted to rule and he was going to take over Midgard and he was interested in finding the Infinity Stones. And then when he saw a drawer full of deactivated, useless Infinity Stones, there's like a moment in there where he says, is this the greatest power in the universe? Because it is. And he realized, like, oh shit, I have wasted my time in kindergarten. Like, this is where I need to be. These are the people who have all the power. I don't think Loki is interested in all of those other ones. Now that he sees this power, he's
The
like,
big
no,
picture.
I want a piece of this pie.
And they also kind of answered, like they kind of like cut off that theory of him like returning to the sacred timeline or to his timeline or whatever. I mean, there was just one comment made where basically Loki just asked, I can't return
So I can't go back
to my timeline, can I? And Owen Wilson's just like, sorry, man.
No, because he can't. It's a different timeline. It's a different branch.
So to answer your question, Mario, I don't think they're going to retcon anything. I think they're actually going to use this show to explain some of the things that may have happened currently in the MCU that are still kind of like question marks or unexplained. Maybe give a little bit more explanation on how Captain America was able to spend an entire lifetime with Peggy Carter in a different timeline.
That's one I do hope that they tie that up and they choose, everybody gets on the same page of like what they wanted to do with Cap and his last time travel. I hope that they wrap that up with a pretty bow, but
yeah,
I don't think they'll be retconning.
Yeah, we kind of talked about that in the pre-show a little bit. Like, you know, I definitely think there's maybe a little hint of maybe TVA pull over Cap at some point and they say, hey, you know, license registration, buddy, we've been doing. I'm returning these stones, and then, you know, maybe we get a little tease of that in one of these seasons. So so a lot of stuff going on.
A lot of possibilities with the show, and that's why I think it's super intriguing to everybody. It's not as straightforward as Falcon Winter Soldier. So you kind of know what's going to happen.
Right. Well, and
like,
we're not sure what they're going to do. I mean, you've got so many different versions of what could happen in the comics, but we need to see what path is the MCU going to take as far as time travel. And they're laying the groundwork for that. So that all of these next projects are going to make a whole lot of sense, a whole lot more sense. We'll try to make sense of it.
But we can only have to sit here and wait and see where it goes.
Continues tomorrow.
So
or at 2:00
or 2 o'clock or 2 a.m. depending on how
you want to stay up,
how badly you want to watch it. But speaking of watching things, my goodness, this past weekend was a epic weekend it was not a snooze fest for God's. You didn't watch it. How do you know?
I did too.
This weekend was E3 2021. Today was the last day as of the 15th, wrapping up with Nintendo and a couple, I think Capcom, I believe, other things. So this week, lots of new video game news dropping. We're going to go through not every single thing. We're going to go through our highlights of what we dug in the show. Starting with day one was Ubisoft. Kind of a lackluster kind of deal there. We saw a great trailer for the Mario plus Rabbids sequel, which looks like a fun time. I enjoyed the first one. I Alex has that game, your brother, Alicia. It's a fun game, and just didn't want to get confused. Anyways, so that was like for when it comes to shows, like that was definitely a weaker one. But the strongest game that we saw at the end of that conference was the Avatar game. As they have James Cameron's Avatar as a game, open world. What are you guys' thoughts on that?
I am in, yo. And so that was after I had to drop off that day from the live stream. And so I saw 30 minutes after I had dropped off that they had announced this. And
you had poor timing this weekend too.
I know. I missed almost every awesome announcement. I saw the very beginning of the Xbox one, but other than that, I missed almost all the cool stuff. But yeah, so it looks great. The Avatar universe
beautiful.
Is always beautiful, and it's going to look so beautiful on a next gen console like the PS5 or Xbox. And so it's going to be great. I'm down. Open world Avatar, count me in.
Absolutely. And then day two, I don't care what anyone says, I knew it from after this day. Xbox murdered everything. Yeah. Xbox changed everything. Xbox and Bethesda.
The word of that conference is Game Pass. If you don't have Game Pass as a Xbox or a PC gamer, you need to get it. You're going to be able to access so many new games as soon as they're released just by paying $15 a month.
Yep.
It's crazy.
ASAP, guys, get it.
Yeah.
Can we
just-
talk really quick about that, about Xbox?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
About my
yeah.
my highlight of Xbox was by far the Sea of Thieves DLC that's coming
Yo,
soon.
I thought this was going to be an entire new game.
Okay.
I thought it was
No,
going to be
no,
a
no.
new game, and then I was like, "Oh crap! This is DLC."
This is Pirates of the Caribbean. They have teamed up with Disney to bring Pirates of the Caribbean DLC. Can I just say that all my ladies, we are all gonna have our own pirate horde, and we
Love it.
are gonna kick some pirate ass on the
If I-
seven seas.
If I wear Bridio's wig, can I join?
Sure, but you have to come up with a cool pirate name.
Okay, I'll get on that. I'll start thinking about that.
It could be sweaty Mikey-O.
But it was really cool though, because they showed Jack Sparrow first, and I was like, they're bringing Jack Sparrow into this game, and then it's the entire Pirates cast, the whole Pirates universe. Davy
whole
Jones
thing.
was in it. I mean, it's gonna be fire, man. I have not played Sea of Thieves. I think when it first
Oh,
came
but you're
out,
gonna
I
start
tried it.
though.
I didn't really have many people to play it with, and I think that game is, from what I've heard anyway, is way better with people playing
Oh
with
yeah.
you. So I'm down to try this out with the Disney crossover.
Absolutely.
Sure.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
usually a really multiplayer based game, but I think they kind of said that this is going to be kind of a campaign driven
okay.
thing, I
Aw.
think, but I think you could play with friends. I think it's going to be a specific story. I'm not sure, because I'm not sure if with that announcement, I don't know if those were like in-game cutscenes or was that was just tailor made for the trailer. It's hard to say right at this point, but I think it's.
So out of this conference though, that looked awesome. Definitely thrilled for that. But I was shocked, and I think people said this may have been leaked beforehand. I didn't know. I don't know leaked stuff with video games. I'm kind of slow on the uptake with video game news lately. But that Starfield game
Oh
from
yeah.
Bethesda
Looks fabulous.
I was not expecting a new IP from Bethesda. I was expecting some sort of announcement on a new, Elder Scrolls or Skyrim, super mastered coming to something else, and but
We got nothing for
Starfield,
Skyrim.
yeah, I know. Starfield though is going to be the Skyrim of outer space,
Yeah, I
and
think so, yeah.
it looks so cool. And
It's
so
a
I'm
Star
down.
Wars Skyrim hybrid that we
Yes.
didn't know we needed.
So Starfield, I think it got announced a couple years ago and kind of fell off the map, but it looks really good. It's going to be a lot of fun. Like I said, they're intending it to be an open world RPG in space.
Absolutely.
So
But with and then two more, like there's so much. We had the Halo multiplayer and the more Halo action. Multiplayer is free, Game Pass, like that was, again, like a lot of things are going on Game Pass day one, and definitely selling those Xboxes for sure. It's got me well, I'm getting to that. It's got me wanting to get an Xbox for sure. I've always been team PlayStation, and I moved to the PC, but now I'm like, I think I might want to get an Xbox after seeing this showcase, because yes, seeing Forza Horizon 5. Or if people know me and followed me on my Twitch, I played a lot of Forza Horizon 4. A lot of Forza. And this game is just beautiful. Like the
Was
way.
Forza the game that you bought the steering wheel and the pedal for?
Yes.
He has the steering wheel and the pedal, y'all.
That's it. That's the gimmick.
He's got the setup.
Yes. So fabulous. I'm so excited. That was like the highlight. That was the biggest pop for me for sure, because that game was super photorealistic. There was one scene they showed like a mountainside. I'm like, oh, it looks great. It was like a photo. Then a car passes by in game, and I'm like, this is ridiculous. It looks so realistic. It's gonna break graphics cards. I think this game is.
It'll break yours
fabulous.
for sure.
That's why I'm.
you better.
I better get
You
an
better
Xbox.
have somebody on speed dial for yours, Mario.
Yeah, seriously. Fantastic.
Hello, tech support.
Yes, exactly.
And then,
So
yes.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
I would say, yeah. So on top of that, a lot of great games. If you guys want to see the full list of games that came up, just look up on either IGN.com, wherever you get your gaming news. See the full list of announcements. And I do want to mention this because this is a big one. That was on the Square Enix side of things. They've announced out of nowhere. We knew we were going to get Black Panther news for the Avengers game. We knew that was announced. That was told. now we have something special. We have a Guardians of the Galaxy original game from Marvel right now.
Will the music be good?
That's
We
what I'm
don't
thinking.
know.
Well, we don't know because
It won't be streamable.
Well, yeah, that was the thing because they, thanks to Twitch Gaming, they allowed everyone to stream it this weekend, but they took a lot of the copywritten music out for us streamers who wanted to like showcase everything. So we didn't get to hear the full soundtrack.
Man.
But I'm sure if you look at the trailer somewhere else, I haven't watched the trailer anywhere else. They'll show you. They'll probably play the actual music. But this game looks fantastic. It's very close to what the Avengers game looked like.
Which was also made by Square Enix, right?
Yes.
The original Avengers game. Yep.
The only drawback, though, a lot of people have been saying is that this game, they showed a whole lot of gameplay footage because I don't think Square Enix had that much to present this year.
Yeah.
And a lot of people have been saying that this game does not look ready to drop in October. It's not polished enough to be ready to drop in October. So people are a little nervous about it.
The character design looks a little. I know they can't use
janky.
the MCU character, the actors, but
Yeah.
But the Drax's model looks a little strange. I mean, I think they're definitely leaning more towards the comic book design. But there was just something else off about like Drax. Gamora looks sweet though. Like I saw Gamora, I was like, yo. But anyway, yeah, I'm stoked for that. They also announced a Final Fantasy Origin game, which I'm totally intrigued by. I haven't been able to actually look into that, but any Final Fantasy title, I'm all in. Chips are all in on me. I love Final Fantasy.
I'm ready to try
titles.
Final Fantasy. I've never played it before.
Oh,
I'm ready
goodness.
to try it.
That's a lot of gameplay, but
Yep.
I think you'd be into it. But yeah, this was definitely one of the highlights of the Square Enix for sure. I was very surprised at this. I think it's going to be interesting. It's a very RPG based too. A lot of like decisions. You're just playing as Star-Lord. Like you're leading the pack in all this, and like telling everyone what to do. Certain conversations happen. You pick it's kind of like Skyrim in a way. Very RPG based, very interesting. I'm really looking forward to seeing this later this year if it hits. I had predictions on stream saying this might get pushed back. We'll see what happens. Like I said, then even like Lee said, it didn't look that great during the showcase, but then again, what does these days? I think they'll polish it up as much as they can to get it ready to roll out for October.
Maybe they'll bring Batman in as DLC, and we can see Star-Lord and
And we
Batman
can
finally battle it out.
And then we can see the real
All right,
fight.
somebody write that
That's
in.
right. That's
Somebody
right,
write
yes.
to Square Enix and ask for that.
I'm sure somebody will mod that, I'm sure.
I mean, there's definitely a ton of other like announcements that happened during E3. Out of the rest of what we have written down here, like what was eye-catching for you, Mario? Because I know that you sat through a lot of this. Is there anything else that like you're like, yo, this is it, this is awesome
Through the entire conference?
Yeah, through the whole rest of the conference.
So yeah, Guardians great. Xbox, everything was fantastic. We had that what was it called? Not humble. It was like it was the first conference we watched.
Oh, the wholesome direct.
Wholesome Games looks good.
Wholesome Direct is all these indie games that like I always tell people give the indie games a shot because you'll always find something.
That's our deal right there. The Wholesome Games. Did you see any of those?
I think that's the one I was talking to you about, Mario, that I was like, I could
we
dig that one.
We showed a few of those to Britt. Yeah, she was down on some
You
of
and
those.
I could probably get on a stream and play those together.
I'm down.
So yeah, so a lot of great things from that, a lot of wish list games on that. But yeah, Xbox killed it. Square Enix, I think what we saw in Square Enix, we saw some cool stuff for sure. Black Panther looks great. That's gonna make me want to pick up Avengers again, re-download that for sure. And then moving on to today, on the 15th, if you're listening to this, on Thursday, Nintendo dropped, and my predictions were they were going to show off the new Switch, but they didn't really talk about the new Switch.
I was going to ask you about that before we went on, and I totally forgot to. Did they have any footage of the Switch? Because I haven't been able to catch it yet.
No, it was a lot of just new game announcements, which is really interesting. We had a surprise Metroid game. I believe it's Metroid 5, I believe. They dropped some Metroid Prime news on us. So some gameplay of that. We have new Smash character from Tekken. I forget his name. So that was great. You know, finally a good character, because usually they give me those weird anime characters. I have no idea who they are. You know,
You're like, who? What Fire Emblem guy is this?
yeah, it's always Fire Emblems. Like, leave Fire Emblem alone, bro. It's like there's other IP to play with. And they also announced a new Mario Party, which is interesting. Which kind of turned me off a little bit. It's a $60 game, of course, but it's going to be a it's basically 100 mini games from like all the Mario parties throughout the years, like Mario 64 and all those, and boards from those games. So you're looking at basically Mario Party Deluxe. But
they're not. It's not like it's a new game. It's not a DLC. It's not an add-on to
it's
a
a
current existing game.
The new disc. It's a whole new disc. You know, 100 plus stuff. Yeah, that's what I said. I said, oh, this would be a great DLC. Maybe
yeah,
$20.
Nintendo likes moolah.
Yeah, so we're getting this, and you know, it's all they pimped it out, saying, oh, it's compatible online, all that. You know, that kind of turned me off a little bit, because I'm like, I don't want to pay $60 for this, where it's like, you know.
It seems very surprising, because they just dropped that update to Mario Party to allow for that online play. Like, that would be perfectly leading into an update like this to the current Mario Party game, to be like, oh, that's why we dropped this random update, you know, 5 years after we dropped the game, you know, to be like, yeah, we got all this awesome other stuff coming out for it.
Yeah, because you could have added that, because, you know, a game we'd like to see a sequel of, give us another Mario Kart. You know, Mario Kart's been out for, I want to say 6-7 years. I forgot how long Mario Kart 8's been out, but give us a new Mario Kart. You know, that'd be great. You know, maybe add some new tracks to that. You know, we have some tracks from around the years. You know, some GameCube tracks and some Nintendo 64 tracks. But you know, maybe do something like that. But I thought that was a weird choice on their hand. But you know, other than that, I thought Nintendo, they did what they had to do. I think it killed it. You know, with the loving the Tekken crossover. Love seeing a Metroid game coming back out, and you know, all this cool stuff. So I think Nintendo did fine. But at the end of the day, E3, to wrap it all up for E3, Xbox One, hands down for sure. Yes, you're shrugging, Alicia.
Yeah,
okay,
I think I know what she's going to say.
You skipped two of the biggest game drops.
Oh,
can I guess one?
My bad. Yes.
One is Breath of the Wild.
Of course,
2.
I'm sorry.
Hello.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the other was Back for Blood, which was like reiterated over and over all weekend, because it was dropped in Xbox, and then it was the only game dropped by WB.
Right. Yeah. Back for Blood. They gave us a 10-minute. That's the thing. That could have been a YouTube video. Like 10 minutes of giving us gameplay for that, where it just kind of like they dropped it in the middle of the press conference. And I was kind of like, really? You know, it's like with all the things for WB that you could show off, you know.
But it looks sick. Even like there were people in our chat that have never played the first one. And they were like, I would play this game because it looks awesome. So, I mean, there's that. And then the Breath of the Wild 2 news, I can't even believe it. You skipped over that, because that is what I was looking forward to all freaking weekend. All weekend, I was hoping for a new Skyrim or a Breath of the Wild 2 drop. So that dropping today was
what are your thoughts on Breath of the Wild 2?
I am so freaking hyped. I was watching the trailer, and we're gonna get, I bet, like, it looks like we're gonna get new abilities, because like we have the abilities like the bombs and the magnesis and all of that. It looks like we're gonna get the ability to phase through things, like phase through solid stone, and like there's so much cool stuff coming in this new Breath of the Wild. Like, it looks literally awesome. Like, I don't think that they like could have hyped it up any more than they did. And it's coming in 2022. I was hoping for it earlier, but I mean, I get it.
And hopefully it will run on the Switch. That's just my thing. I was hoping it runs properly on the Switch. I see James in the chat. I was hoping for Pokemon. Same, bro. I was waiting for some new footage or something. You know, maybe, you know, showing more of the remake, showing more of the newer one coming out. You know, something new. But I'm sure we'll get. You know, Nintendo likes to do a lot of directs throughout the year. I'm sure we'll get another one. Yes, Lee.
And Breath of the Wild, for the record, it looks like we're going to like some sky city of some sort. Like, you're definitely in the clouds. Like, there's definitely cliffs. It looks almost like Avatar, like the hanging cliffs, the sky cliffs. Like we're in the clouds, guys. Like it's gonna be like freaking gorgeous. They're definitely moving on. Like they're definitely not just redoing the same Breath of the Wild. They are definitely creating a whole new universe that we get to explore, which is so exciting.
Absolutely. So all in all, guys, E3, I thought the whole weekend was fun. It was great to hang out with the community and geek out over some of these games. It was a fun time. But last piece of news for the week in Nerdy News is another
Speaking of new games dropping.
Thank you, Lee. Speaking of new games dropping, Niantic, I sound like James right now. Niantic has dropped news on a brand new game coming out very soon. We are getting a Transformers mobile game, guys.
Robots in disguise.
Transformers heavy metal, guys. It's looking like a very Pokemon Go was Unite kind of feel to the game.
It looks, oh my gosh. When I saw the news, I was like, at first I was like Transformers. And then I started thinking, I'm like, yo, they're in disguise. Like this is perfect for an AR geolocation based game for Niantic. So yeah, dude, it looks like I'm so stoked to hear more about this game as it gets closer.
What are some of your predictions? Like I have some screenshots here of what they've dropped so far, what the game could look like. You know, it looks like you're playing a human character, and you're just hanging around with possibly Bumblebee, maybe other characters. Like I think it's gonna be super fun. I think you're just gonna go around and like find the hidden Decepticons and take them down
in actual cars on the street.
Maybe not actual cars. We don't want to get into car accidents.
But
what's
also,
really interesting though is that when you sign up for the newsletter and they send you like, hey, thanks for signing up for this, we're going to keep you updated or whatever. In the bottom of the newsletter, you see the symbols for both Autobots and Decepticons. And so I'm kind of curious on like, are we going to be able to choose between those two factions? And it's going to be sort of like, I think James even mentioned this in our Discord, it's going to be sort of like an Ingress feel where you're kind of, capturing territories for your, Autobots or Decepticon factions. But you can kind of choose to help out either or. If you're a human character, you're helping out these robots, you can choose, are you helping out the Autobots or are you helping out the best Transformer Starscream and the Decepticons throughout the storyline?
Yeah,
could you believe that they were in talks with Hasbro for 8 years?
Yo, that was so in this article, like that was the biggest thing that I like my mouth dropped. They have been in talks, guys, with Hasbro for this type of game or this type of idea.
For the rights to Transformers.
Yeah, for 8 years. So just for reference, Pokemon Go has been out for 5 years now. And so this could have been, if like talks went better, 8 years ago, this could have been Niantic's like debut game. But I guess
I'm really glad that it wasn't.
Yeah,
Pokemon
I think
Go
that was a good switch
also
there.
Is a perfect opportunity for the Titanic lady gif.
The Titanic lady?
It's been 86 years. Yeah.
But
I think after 8 years, though, I feel like they've probably fine-tuned it to a point where it's going to be freaking mind-blowing when it drops. At least that's the hope.
Hey,
but it's going to be super awesome.
I love y'all so much, but my kiddo does not love this podcast so much, and she is not sleeping. I'm going to have to hop off tonight, but my fill-in for the draft, I'm putting in Micah.
I'm
going to tag my baby boy in to draft my team for me because I'm going to walk the other one around the neighborhood for 17 hours until she falls asleep again. So, sorry, guys. Love y'all.
All right, no worries.
Sorry, babe.
But so going back to this game. So back to that Decepticon versus Autobots thing. I think that would be a great thing because that's something we do kind of like in Pogo, where we have that friendly competition of who's better, Mystic, all the other teams, Valor. I don't even remember the other teams' names anymore. Instinct and Valor. So we have that fun kind of battle, with each other. I'm team this, I'm team that. So it'd be kind of cool to have I'm a Decepticon follower. You guys are Autobot guys. You know what I mean? So I'm not sure if that's what
Autobots
they're going
roll
for.
Out.
Yeah, so I'm not sure if that's what they're going with it. But anyways, I'm extremely excited for this game. I'm excited to see it. It's gonna be a really fun time. Looks great. I mean, it's Transformers because I love Transformers, and like thinking about when they said this, I'm like, this makes so much sense. Like
So real quick, one of the other like big things about this article, they're preparing this game to launch this year. It states in this article that they're scheduled for a full release in 2021 with the beta, or I guess what did they call it? They called it a pared back version, of course, being available for New Zealand in June. That's this month. Like this game is almost ready to go
soon.
Based off this article. Hashtag soon with Niantic always gets me. So we'll see if that comes to fruition. But for right now, they're planning on this game being out this year.
Transformers Fest Indianapolis, guys. I'm starting it now. 2020, 2024, guys.
100%.
But soon, TM guys, very close soon. So guys, that is the news for the week for Friggin Nerds News. And I think moving on, I think we're just going to head on over to the draft.
No,
what am I missing?
No, you forgot about FNM recommends.
Oh, FNM recommends, Lee.
Oh, I know you guys have been dying to talk about this game. Go for it.
Hello. So we have a new obsession this week. We have a new obsession, guys. So we have a friend. I have a friend named Mitch who introduced me to this wonderful game on Friday called Orna. ORNA. It is a GPS-based game from a small development company, and it's very like vintage, like old school sort of RPG style game. Like it's almost like Dungeons and Dragons meets like, yeah, I'm like showing off the screen right now. It's very like 8-bit type deal, and you battle beasts and other magical beings on your map. And you can have a party of allies, and you can be in a kingdom, and it's super great. We are planning to have a Friggin Nerds Kingdom. Orna, yeah, Steph is excited about Orna. We have got like literally, we have developed a what's the word? A revolution. Yes. In our Discord. It has taken over our Discord, y'all, so much to the point that we have a new channel called Orna.
New channel
in our Discord. So if you're not in our Discord, join the Discord. And if you haven't downloaded Orna, please give it a shot, and also drop your username in the Orna channel so that we can add you and help you level up. Because if you join a party, you get shared XP with people who are like at your same level. And
the other thing too. Yeah, I know. If this is taken over, this is like the span of 4 to 8 hours. It's become like it like blew up. It happened on the E3 stream. Lee was like, "Mike, you should try this Orna game," and I'm like, "What?" Tried it. We've gone nuts with it now. But the coolest thing about this is I went to go like give a shout out to the game itself on Twitch or Twitter, and the official account is very small. Like this development team is tiny. And they've developed this amazing geolocation RPG game. Definitely go give them a follow on Twitter. There's a little area where you can buy the developers coffee and stuff, like in the support tab in the game. Like this is cool. I mean, it's really cool to see these little development shops being able to create something this massive and so complex. So go check them out in our tweet on twitter.com/friggin nerds. You can see that we mentioned them in one of our latest tweets. So go give them a follow, give them some love. This game is awesome. Come hang out in the fantasy world with us.
It is so awesome. We are having such a ball with it. There's something else I was gonna say, and now I can't remember what, but it does have like Lord of the Rings, Zelda, D&D vibes. You level up really quickly in the beginning, which is really nice. And what was it? What else? There was something else that I was going to say about it, and now I can't remember what it was. Oh crap.
It's just amazing.
It's really great.
It's got this nostalgic old school RPG feel, but with like really, really cool, like current gameplay mechanics, which is cool.
And ironically, I don't know if Steph can Steph can vouch for this, but the spawn rates all over the place are, in my opinion, much higher than they are with the Niantic games. So there, for me, I have never ever run out of beasts on my screen to battle. There is always, even if it's a low level beast, there is always something to do in this game, which is makes it super duper fun for me, because waiting for spawns to drop on like on Pogo and whatnot, where it becomes more of a pay to play because you're dropping money on incense or you're trying to figure out trace tonics or whatever. Like this game, there's none of that. You can pay for certain things, but they are so not, you don't need to pay for anything in this game. It is not a pay to play game. You can pay for your customizations for like your outfits and stuff if you really want to, but like it's so much fun for no money. So
it's free entertainment. Go
it
do
is free. It is so much fun, guys.
It's
Please
also
try
peer
it.
pressure. We are forcing you, if you're watching this, to go download it. We're going to check your phones later.
Yes. And if you're in the Discord, it's now a requirement to be in our Discord that you have to have at least downloaded and tried the game.
Yeah, we just lost half of Discord, peeps.
Oh, Steph A says, even in the boonies, the spawns are so hot. And she has a shop and a blacksmith and a bestiary and an alchemist in range. And she basically has nothing in Pokemon Go and Wizards Unite, if I recall correctly, right?
For those that also like to build and make your own little town, like in Animal Crossing, there's this whole like side thing you can build out, you know, a blacksmith, an inn, bestiary. Like there's all these buildings you can put around your
little
home.
Town.
Yeah, it's super cool. Like it has so many cool, unique elements.
A lot of fun.
You can conquer different areas. So like you can take over. It's really, it's a really cool game.
We got James in. James is downloading
Yes,
it.
James.
It's so good, James. You're gonna love it.
James, go make sure you drop your username so we can add you, friend.
This is gonna replace D&D nights.
Yeah.
Right? We're all just gonna sit around and play
feels
Lorna.
like. It feels like D&D, you know, like your mage class and all that. I picked mage.
Except we level up way faster than we do in D&D.
Yeah.
100%. 100%.
Oh, true. But yeah, super fun, guys. So Orna, check it out. Join us in the battle.
Join us.
Yes.
Okay,
so
now we can move on to the draft.
Now,
Get Micah.
As always, every week we get together for the nonsense draft, guys. Last week, Mike, of course, took the gold again with 37% on the Twitter poll. 24%.
Twitter button is still broken, guys.
24% with Britt. And me and Lee tied at 18%, which is
super sad. That's a big sad, because I really thought we had strong teams last week.
And then so
I am going to agree with that. I thought you guys had very strong teams as well.
I know. So I'm just going to throw this week because this is obviously the way to do it, because Mike throws every week and he's always killing it. Ridiculous.
I came out of the draft last week and was just like, everybody else had a really cool theme.
He says that every week. He's like, oh, y'all, I made some mistake. I don't know why I didn't pick that one. And then he kills. Ridiculous.
I think he gets the pity bitties every week.
But this week, guys, in honor of E3 this past weekend, we are going to be doing video game squads, 4-man teams or woman teams of your favorite video game characters spawning across the world. And yes, we're going with Smash Brother rules. We're going with power. I know last week they're like, oh, well, Wanda could just beat Iron Giant. I don't care. Listen, we're going with power this week, y'all. It's going to be a good time. So as always, we're going to get the 20-sided dice to decide who goes first.
So guys, welcome Micah onto the show.
Welcome, Micah.
He is going to be drafting for Britt while she takes care of Willa. She's had a lot of issues, a lot of problems sleeping lately, and so she wanted to participate. Wow, I just rolled a natural one, guys.
I rolled an 18.
My goodness.
I guess I'm keeping track then this week, huh? Because Britt's not here.
Yeah, if you could, that'd be great. Because
18, brother.
Oh, you also rolled an 18? We got to do a roll off.
You got an 18?
Roll off.
Roll off, yeah.
Roll off. Dun, dun, dun.
I rolled a 10.
Oh, I got a 6.
Okay, so, and what did you get, Micah?
I got an 11.
Yeah, I got an 11.
Okay, so me, Mario. What did you roll, Mike? A 6.
I rolled
right?
a 1.
A 1.
I rolled a
that's
1.
Right.
Yeah, so
Mario,
I definitely have the last pick.
Micah / Britt.
Huh.
That can work in your favor, though.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, to me, I feel like last at first are the best ones. You get 2 picks.
Okay then.
All right.
All right. So my very first pick was an easy pick. It's the first one that I thought of when I heard that this was going to be our category for this week. And it's because this is my favorite video game to play. So I'm obviously going with Link.
Yep. I had a feeling that was going to be Lee's first round pick.
I thought you were going to go with Tom Nook from Animal Crossing.
No, in a battle royale?
Oh,
Absolutely not.
the power of money.
That raccoon just would pay off the 2 little ones to go and fight for him.
Exactly.
Get out of here with that
He paid off his
nonsense.
sons to go fight.
Yes. That's exactly what he would do. He would pay off them, or he would pay off oh my god, now I'm blanking on her name. Oh no.
Isabel,
thank you. I was like
Isabel,
Daisy,
yes.
Isabel. What the hell is her name?
Isabel's scary. You ever seen her in Smash? Very scary.
Oh yeah, she is scary. All right. So it is Mario's turn next.
Ooh, crispy. All right, so we're gonna go with some power here. In honor of the Xbox conference, I got to put the mascot of Xbox, in my opinion. Give me the Master Chief.
Wow. I'm really surprised. I had a feeling I knew who you were going to pick, Mario, as your first one, and I'm kind of surprised there.
Which you think I was gonna pick?
Master Chief.
Oh, I can't tell you.
Oh,
I can't
okay.
tell you who I thought you were going to pick.
Later, tell me if we didn't pick it.
Yes. Oh, you
you have a list pulled up right now.
I do. You do as well.
No, this
Oh,
I
look.
texted Mom this.
All right, Micah, your turn.
All right, with my first pick, I'm gonna get Steve from Minecraft.
Oh,
Sleeper
can
pick
carry-
right there.
that's not
He
a
can
sleeper.
carry
That's scary.
tons of stone, and he never dies. He'll always respawn.
He's scary.
It's so true.
He's scary.
That is a
That is
solid.
so true.
That is a solid pick. That is a
In
solid
diamond
pick.
armor.
Yeah.
All right, so I have 100%.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, here we go.
This is my pick every time I play Smash. You can ask Slitherwin. We battled quite a bit when he was here in Nashville in October. This is my pick in Smash all day, every day. My favorite video game character of all time, Cloud from Final Fantasy VII, is my boy. Got to go with Cloud. Locked and loaded.
Oh, we got to put down the list for things for New York. We got to play Smash with the boys.
Oh my god,
yes.
yeah.
Oh, man.
It was so fun. It was
We
so
gotta
fun.
do it.
And yeah, Dan, Witches Unite, her husband Dan was in it too. Completely killed me and Chris. It was, it was crazy. And so my pick, my end around pick, is the selection who I thought you were going to go with, Mario. And I don't know why I felt like you were going to do this, but I felt like maybe it's the bald head, and he's got, in the newest game, he's got the beard, kind of looks like Stone Cold a little bit. I'm going to go with Kratos.
Took it from me.
Kratos.
That was on my
second.
That was on my
second pick.
Yeah, that was B tier for me.
It's a B tier pick from you. Is that what Micah just said?
Yeah, he is.
Oh man,
Micah's
He's talking
got some
trash
Micah's
over
got
here.
some-
Early pick.
He's got some picks.
Yo, all right.
Man.
Micah's turn. Micah's up.
Oh, does it go backwards? Is it like a snake draft?
Yeah, it's a snake draft. Yep.
All right, next up, I'm gonna pick Doom Guy from Doom. All
The
right.
Doom guy.
Oh.
Nice.
Okay.
He's crazy. He literally went to hell and didn't lose once. All right. He's
True.
crazy strong.
True.
He's got some points here. I like it. I like it.
All right. Mario?
All right, I'm gonna pick from the Zelda realm. I'm gonna pick Ganondorf.
Ooh.
Oh, that's another good man. there's so many cool-
Another one that's terrible. in Smash.
Ganondorf?
Ganondorf.
Ganondorf.
Okay.
That's what. Yeah, Ganondorf or Ganon.
Ganon.
Ganondorf. That's how I know him. I don't know who Ganondorf is.
Well, yeah. Well,
but-
in Breath of the Wild, he's called what? He's called Ganon Calamity or whatever. Calamity Ganon.
Calamity Ganon.
Yeah. You don't know nothing about Ganondorf.
All right.
Oh, man.
All right. So my next pick is Nelly. You guys have not even touched my list, and that concerns me a little bit.
There's so many possibilities with this draft. Like I'm just sitting here scrolling through a list, like, oh yeah, ooh, yeah, ooh, yeah.
Yeah, this is like last week.
So-
It's like you got so many characters.
Yep.
So I am going to choose a character that brings with him a whole mess of fun creatures. I'm gonna go with Ash Ketchum
Oh, what a good pick. I was trying to figure that out. I was like, should I?
Well, does that count for the Pokemon, or is it just Ash, who's just a little 11-year-old boy?
He
Oh,
uses
man.
the Pokemon to fight. That's like his weapon.
I think it should just be Ash, just
So-
the 11-year-old in the fight.
So does that take off individual Pokemon off the board?
Yeah, I mean, I would imagine.
Ooh.
So when you play as a Pokemon trainer in Smash Brothers, you
Yes.
play as the Pokemon. You
That's-
don't play as
yeah.
the trainer.
100%
Yeah.
agree with that. But so yeah,
So-
I definitely don't agree. It should just be Ash Ketchum. But so I'm saying, yeah, so you get Pokemon, but does that mean I can't draft Blastoise now?
Well, he wasn't ever part of the Pokemon trainer. It's Squirtle, Ivysaur, and Charizard. So Blastoise could still be a pick.
But she drafted Ash Ketchum, not Pokemon Trainer.
We never had Blastoise.
I think that brings the Pokemon off the board.
All of them?
I think you have now
I have
drafted
monopolized.
all Pokemon.
I've
Yes.
monopolized the Pokemon.
Well, I'm pissed off if that's the case.
Sorry.
That's like half my
Oh my
list
gosh,
now.
then I don't know what to do.
That's half my list gone.
You can't
I
just have
can't-
Ash Ketchum.
I
You
can't
can't
u-
just say all the Pokemon.
I can't use a
You have to-
Pokemon now?
You have to
All
do a
right.
specific Pokemon.
Yeah, you've got to pick a specific Pokemon.
You can't pick a
Lee.
trainer.
Just
That's
one?
everything.
You can
Yeah.
you have to pick a Pokemon.
Yeah, what are you gonna have Ash, the one that tried to punch Mewtwo in the first movie? No.
but like,
We all saw how that ended.
but in Smash Bros, you get like the three starters.
But then, like, so are you drafting Pokemon Trainer from Smash Bros?
Because then you could say you get the 3 Pokemon with it.
Yeah, if you say
Because-
that, if you say Pokemon Trainer from Smash, then
Guys.
we'll give you the 3
here's
Pokemon.
here's the catch though, Lee, because they have that, but then they also in Smash Brothers have Jigglypuff, Mewtwo, like all the individual. So like I can't determine which Pokemon
Yeah.
you have with just Ash Ketchum, unless you just say Ash's Pikachu.
No.
So
Just
you've
Ash's
got to
Pikachu
you've got to pick a Pokemon.
Just one though, or can I
Yes.
Yeah.
pick like?
One.
One Pokemon.
That's so lame, guys.
That's one space.
You're trying to have a
That's
whole
so
monopoly on every
lame.
Pokemon ever.
I thought when I picked Ash Ketchum that it would be like that the Pokemon that he would have. So like obviously he never caught Mewtwo. He
Boom.
never caught.
You can
What?
have one Pokemon that Ash has. You can say this is Ash's.
Can I come back to that? Because I like.
And do another pick then.
You can totally pick Pokemon Trainer and say you have those 3 Pokemon.
You'd get Squirtle,
But you-
Ivysaur, and Charizard.
But you can't just say
Fine.
I have all Pokemon.
Fine,
Because so you
guys.
win then. All right.
No,
So
I mean there's 1,000 other characters we were just saying. Like why we gotta do this? Okay, fine. Pokemon trainer.
Pokemon Trainer
Okay.
is
Oh
lock
my
it in.
God, guys. Okay. If Britt was here, I wouldn't be getting ganged up on him. Just saying. All right.
I don't know. That's a lot. Look,
You're
if
you're
you
messing
say
with
you
3
get all-
Pokemon fans right here.
If
All right, whatever.
that would have been like 800 things with one pick.
Yeah.
You can't have all Pokemon.
That's like Thanos
I can
against
have all
every Marvel
Pokemon.
character. It's like
I'm having another Pokemon. All right. So my next one on my list is gonna be Kirby.
oh my gosh.
Ooh. That's
See, now Kirby, he can become any Pokemon by.
Exactly.
So there you go. You just got it. You got all of your Pokemon.
still got the Monopoly,
she,
guys.
she has every Pokemon and Kirby. Perfect.
I've got Kirby. I've got every character, y'all. So
She's,
Come at me.
she somehow broke the system.
Yes.
Who's next?
who's next?
That's you,
it's
Mario.
Me? Okay. So we can use Pokemon.
Yes.
Oh my
we can
God,
draft-
you're really gonna. Ugh.
Okay,
Oh my
then
God.
draft a
God.
Pokemon.
give me Charizard.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Wait,
Except,
doesn't she
you
have
know,
Charizard though with Pokemon Trainer?
Yeah, I do.
That's
but
Squirtle,
Wait, did you
Ivysaur,
draft
and
Pokemon?
Charizard.
Oh,
yeah,
wait.
she
Yeah.
said she got Pokemon.
Oh
Trainer.
yeah, the Charizard's off the board. Then.
Sorry.
sorry.
Because she has Charizard. What is it? Charizard, Ivysaur, and Squirtle.
Yep.
All right, fine. Give me Mewtwo. Give me Mewtwo.
Oh.
The Pokemon loophole in this draft has screwed everything up.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Honestly,
Yep.
This is
Oh my
ridiculous.
gosh. All right.
I'm heated.
So you got Mewtwo?
Rose
You
is
got
saying,
Mewtwo as
"Go
your
Lee,
pick?
work the system." Yeah, he's got Mewtwo. All right, go ahead, Micah.
Okay.
All
It's your
right.
turn.
I'm gonna do Sonic with all the Chaos Emeralds. All right.
All right.
Ooh.
Sonic with all the Chaos Emeralds is faster than like light itself. All right. So
Ooh, that's
none of y'all's picks can even catch him anymore.
So like Supersonic Sonic, like the yellow one.
yeah. Yeah, supersonic.
But Kirby could turn into him.
Well,
If you can catch him first.
I'll just cross that off my
You
list.
just gotta
then.
go.
Yeah, that's a good pick. Dang. Okay, so I'm up with my last two of my end around picks.
Yep.
All right, so we just had an argument about like multiple selections in one.
Here we go.
What happens if I want to draft the Ninja Turtles?
No, you get one.
Yeah, you got to get one.
One
Can't have
turtle?
4 turtles.
They're all they're all their
They
own.
got 3 Pokemon.
If you play it in Smash Brothers,
They're
if
not
you play
in
the
Smash
Ninja
Brothers.
Turtles, if I thought that they had the DLC or something. with
That's
the
They're
Ninja
in
that's the-
Turtles.
Injustice.
Injustice.
Well,
Yeah.
Okay, so
in
Injustice, do
you get
you
all
get-
4. You
you
do
get all 4?
4. So technically, you could say that you get all 4 turtles. Going off the DLC rules.
This is ridiculous. This
Yeah.
is
I
There's
mean,
a
we
loophole
gotta be
going
fair here.
I am gonna draft the Ninja Turtles.
So you get all
Fine.
4 of them from
fine.
Injustice.
I don't
Yes.
care. It's like I'm gonna
I'm
win
going off the
anyways.
Injustice rules. All right, Ninja Turtles, and then my last pick of the draft is Geralt of Rivia
Oh
himself
my
from The Witcher.
Here's my next pick.
Ooh.
Yo, I got Cloud and Geralt. Yo, I'm down.
Oh,
This is it.
crispy,
Boom.
crispy.
And Leonardo. I got all kinds of swords, y'all. Come at me, bro.
Yeah.
Come
Watch
at
you
me.
lose this
I
week.
don't like the loophole here. I don't like how you can get multiple people off of some
You fought for
DLC.
me for that. You said you were
Now I'm
fine.
regretting it. I shouldn't have helped you.
Yeah, we should have had some more
Can I
like
pick like an army.
clear an army.
Yeah.
No, you can't draft an army.
Well, it's like a
No.
whole group of people.
No.
Well, what's the pick?
I don't actually have an army. I was just
Okay.
trying to get.
Okay. Gotcha,
He was just
gotcha.
trying to stir the pot.
Yeah. I'm gonna
Alright, Micah.
pick Star Killer from Star Wars Force Unleashed.
Ooh.
Oh, what a
Ooh.
pick!
He isn't even canon anymore because he solos the entire Star Wars universe now.
Yeah.
Oh,
He was
man.
Darth Vader's apprentice, and he's like the strongest Sith of all time.
Mm.
Wow.
Mm.
All right.
Yeah.
That was a good, solid last pick there. Yeah.
Hey, Mario. Make it a good one.
Okay. My list is like
We've thrown Mario for a loop, man.
Don't you pick my pick, Mario.
there's one I have. Maybe. Do I go with one of my favorites of all time that probably no one is gonna know?
Oh.
I think someone's gonna know. I'm just
Is this like your Adam Sandler?
It might
Uncut
be
Gems?
Uncut Gems.
This is gonna be my uncut gems. Fuck, I'm just gonna go with it. I'm a huge one of my favorite game series of all time is Metal Gear Solid.
Oh,
I'm gonna go with Solid Snake.
what? Hold
Aw.
on. You were wondering if people wouldn't know Solid Snake?
In the chat,
Who?
in the chat, say yes or no if you know who Solid Snake is.
I'm
sure.
gonna be.
I'm sure.
I'm gonna
if-
be surprised.
I'm
if
sure.
people don't know.
I'm
who Solid
sure.
Snake is.
I'm sure. I'm sure a few of our gamer pals are gonna know.
No,
Well,
what
I
I'm
just wanted
saying
to
is
say.
I would be surprised if people don't know who Solid Snake is. Like he's been around for a long time. I mean, he was in Smash, right? Wasn't
Yeah,
he a
he is.
DLC in Smash? Yeah.
Me and Smash, yeah.
Oh no, he
Solid
wasn't a
Snake.
DLC. I completely forgot he was even in the because he sucks. But
He's pretty rough at Smash, but everywhere else he's badass.
Yeah.
So-
yeah, that's a solid. He was on my list.
Solid Snake for
100%.
me.
Yeah,
Okay.
Let's
good
see,
pick.
Steph
Okay.
knows, James
Okay.
knows,
All right.
Snoop
All right.
knows.
All right.
We got some
Yeah.
yeses in this.
Suck in your glory. Suck in your glory because I'm about to drop one on you. You ready? You ready?
Better be good.
All right, let's hear it,
Ready?
Lee.
Lara Croft from Tomb Raider.
Boo.
Boom.
Good pick. She was on my list too.
Didn't even think
She
of
was
Lara
definitely
Croft.
on my list.
Boom.
I almost thought of Nathan Drake from Uncharted.
Signed, sealed, delivered.
I really, really wanted to draft Chrono from Chrono Trigger,
Oh,
but I was
time
worried
hopper.
he's too close to Cloud, and Cloud's more mainstream.
how do people not know who Chrono is? That's like such a
Well,
big
Cloud is in
RPG.
the face of everybody right now because of Final Fantasy VII Remake and stuff. But Chrono Trigger is by far one of my favorite games of all time, and I wanted to draft him, but I was worried about that. Anyway, yeah. So there's a lot of people that I was gonna. Bowser,
Yeah.
Mario didn't get selected.
I was
gonna do Donkey Kong.
Yep.
Mario was on my list. I also had a couple of Mortal Kombat characters. I had Sub-Zero,
Yeah.
Scorpion. I had
I had
Raiden.
Daisy.
I had Spyro the Dragon. I almost put Spyro.
I put
Oh,
Spyro on my list too. Crash Bandicoot.
And I had Mega Man. Well,
Ooh,
Mega Man would have been good.
Mega Man would have been
anybody know
fun.
what Okami is? I had that on my list,
Okami?
but I didn't think anybody knew what Okami
It's
was.
like a
know.
wolf, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it an alchemy?
Amaterasu.
Yeah. You said a word I don't know after that. but
That's the name.
Okami.
Its
Yeah.
name is Amaterasu. But
Oh,
it can
okay.
like create anything, but I didn't want to pick something and then
Gotcha.
nobody knew what that was.
That was a good pick. Though I will say that Britt, your mom, is going to be a little angry you didn't draft Parappa the Rappa.
He's not strong. He doesn't
It
fight.
doesn't
He
matter.
raps. That's all he does.
That would have been her first
No,
round pick. I can guarantee
he was
it.
in
Dang it.
he was in PlayStation All Stars in
Oh yeah, that
so-
game was weird.
Another
That
weird
game was
game.
really weird.
another weird game.
Of course, Stoop knows who that is. I should have picked Amaterasu. I'm
Mega
really
Man.
regretting it now.
Mega Man
Oh,
would have been a great.
That was he
selection.
was in there, but I was like, I gotta represent Solid Snake a little bit. And again, I'm throwing as I always do because
Stupefy, vote for me instead. Just
No, I got
just
some
vote
good-
for me instead.
I got some good picks. Otherwise, I had all of those characters on my list.
That
I
Stoop just
texted
said.
my mom a list earlier for her to use.
Yep.
ooh, Stoops
Fair.
list with the
So should
Pirates of
I
Kirby.
should I recap?
Yes, recap.
Yeah, let's do the list.
so we
Do
can
the
get out of
picks.
here.
All right. Here's the recap. You ready? Recap is for my team, I have the Link. I have the Pokemon trainer, aka Ash Ketchum. I have Kirby, and I have Lara Croft. To be fair, Ash Ketchum didn't have Mewtwo, and none of y'all picked any other Pokemon. So, like, I feel like I should have been
I
able to
tried.
take just
I
Ash
tried
Ketchum.
taking another Pokemon, but you took my favorite Pokemon
Yeah,
away
because
from me.
I took the Pokemon trader. Sorry. Okay, Mario's team. He's got Master Chef.
Master Chef. Yes, that's going on the polls. It's going to be Master Chef from Overcooked. Is going
Oh
to
my
be who
God.
his pick was.
aka Master Chief. Ganondorf, aka the Calamity Ganon. Mewtwo and Solid Snake.
Mhm.
Solid Snack. It's a
Snack.
snickety snack. All right. Team Micah / Brit has Steve from Minecraft. Also reminds me of Steve the monkey from Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, but that's
Oh,
another
yes.
story.
Yes.
We've got Doom Guy from Doom. We have Sonic the Hedgehog with the Chaos Emeralds.
Yep.
Is that right? Yeah. I think I can't read my
Mhm.
handwriting, but I think that's
Yes.
right. And then we've got Star Killer. Yes.
Dark.
Yeah.
You've got like such a like innocent, like it's Minecraft. I guess Doom Guy is pretty. You got a nice
Sonic.
balance, 2 and 2. You got
Yeah,
like
yeah.
innocent looking characters, and then like I'm gonna rip
Horrifying
your
monsters.
face off.
Yeah.
Oh man.
That fits Brit's aesthetic.
Mhm.
Yep.
Quick side note, James said Afro Thunder from Ready to Rumble. Dude, that unlocked an old memory of mine. He would have been a
Yo.
great choice. Or you guys remember?
Yes.
Well, Mike might remember that game.
Oh,
I
I
was
remember
like-
that game. I loved Ready to Rumble, man.
Hell yeah.
Yep.
All right. And Mike's team, we have Cloud from Final Fantasy VII. We've got Kratos. We have all 4 Ninja Turtles. So if you get all 4 Ninja Turtles, I feel like I should get all the Pokemon. Just
No,
saying.
You've got
that's not
3
how that works.
Pokemon.
And we
You
have
would get 800.
Geralt from The Witcher.
Yes.
Mike
What a
drop.
team. What a team.
Mike drop.
What a insane draft this is going to be. But guys, as always,
This is going to be a hard one.
we will have the
Really,
graph.
Stoop?
What?
My
Stoop's-
vote goes to, wait for it. Mike doesn't need any more votes, y'all.
I'm
Somebody
still.
else.
Stoops is the Mike fan. He could have said like, he could have
Stoop
put.
is simping for Mike.
Seriously, he could have put like a pile of dirt, a piece of yogurt, Master Chief, and like a handkerchief,
Master
and he
Chef.
and he
no,
and he
Master
still would
Chef.
have voted
Not
for
even
Mike.
Master
Yes,
Chief.
yes.
Master Chef.
Ridiculous. Anyways, guys, that's a draft for the week, guys. As you guys know, you can vote for your winner every week on our Twitter poll. Twitter.com/Friggin Nerds Media.
Twitter.com/Friggin Nerds.
Friggin
Pick
Nerds
anyone.
at Friggin Nerds.
Pick anyone but Mike. Mike doesn't need the votes, guys. Let somebody else win for a change.
It's not gonna
Check that
happen.
Twitter button and make sure it's not broken.
I'm sorry, y'all. Look, we've got 4. I think this is including this one. We have 4 more drafts before this season ends, and then we crown the winner of this season.
No.
Steph says, well, we know how Mike's winning now. Stooping all his profiles, curving the grade.
Exactly.
There it is. That's what it is.
Yeah,
it's
not me.
stupefied.
I promise, it's not me.
Yeah, he fixed the poll earlier. The stream. We proved that. He's dropping bits. He's dropping money to get Mike to win. It's ridiculous.
Maybe I am stupefy.
Oh, I knew it. I knew it.
We're both Mike. Like,
Oh my God.
It makes
Your
sense.
alternate Slytherin personality.
It makes a lot of sense, brother. But anyways, guys, that has been the Friggin Nerds podcast for the week. Thank you guys for joining us. As you know, every Tuesday we get together here at twitch.tv/Friggin Nerds Media, bring you guys the latest nerdy news, have some fun for a few hours. You catch this recording up on Spotify, Google Play, wherever you get your podcasts on Thursday morning. Everywhere else, YouTube as well. Rest of the week we'll be doing some arcade action, and then on Saturday we have D&D coming back with the rest of the gang, rolling the dice. So we hope to see you guys join us there for that. So as always, guys, with the Friggin Nerds podcast, I'm Mario Lima.
I'm Friggin Nerd Lee.
I'm Friggin Nerd Mike.
I'm Freaking Nerd B.
And you guys have
And
been
you've
friggin'
been
us.
friggin' awesome.
As always, guys, stay friggin' nerdy. We'll see you guys next week.
Stay
friggin' nerdy, guys.
friggin' nerdy.
And cut. Thank you guys. Very good.
I love that you introduced. I was gonna say, Mike.
I know. I muted. I was like, after I say Friggin Nerd Mike, just say I'm Friggin Nerd B. And he's like, what?
oh my God.
Oh, man.
That's
Thank you, Micah,
amazing.
for sitting in.
Thank you, Micah.
Yeah. Lee says thank you as well. Micah did awesome. The chat loves it. Yeah, you can also check out Micah on Geek Antique on our
He
channel.
threw
as
in
well.
the spice. He threw in the spice
He
this
threw in
week.
some
That's
spice,
for sure.
man. Threw in some spice.
Threw in the spice. He was the master chef of this episode.
A master chef. That kills me.
The Master Chef is the best pick, especially in the first round. Master Chef.
Oh my God.
Oh, man.
Just this is for chat, just so everybody can see an update on Miss Willa. Britt is currently walking her around the neighborhood in her in her Keen's wagon.
Oh, baby
and
girl.
she's loving it. She's loving it. Hopefully she can get some sleep tonight. It's like once she reaches a certain point, she's fine for the rest of the night. But for the past, I don't know how long, the first couple hours is just so, it's been rough lately. So everybody send some Lumos to Willa. Hopefully she can get some
Or
sleep.
some Knox, because we want her to go to sleep.
Yes, 100% Knox. Yes, not Lumos, I guess, right?
No,
'Cause
not Lumos. We don't want to wake her up. We want her to
Oh
go to
my
sleep.
gosh.
Knox.
Oh my gosh, y'all, that was a good episode.
That was very fun. Absolutely.
I feel good about my team. Lee, we could not allow you to draft 800 different things in one pick. Like, I was starting to lean
I
that
would have
way.
even just gone with the Kanto region, guys. I would have gone with the OG 151 Pokemon,
That's
y'all.
151 things you could fight with.
But they're not OP.
But
They're
you-
not OP Pokemon.
But I mean, for the situation, you could have chose one out of all those Pokemon.
I could not just choose one. Even the Pokemon trainer gets 3.
I almost chose Blastoise instead of the Ninja Turtles, but I can't leave the Ninja. Like I was trying to decide which Ninja Turtle, but like when you play the Ninja Turtle games, you're rotating between them most of the time, you know, unless you're playing in the arcade, I guess.
Well, when I was a kid and me and my friends played Ninja Turtles, I was always Donatello. So I would have picked Donatello.
It would have been between Michelangelo and Donatello, but Donatello in the games, dude, he's got range, man. He's got that staff. Oh gosh, that's amazing.
When's that game coming out? Like the Switch game?
Like, yeah, it's almost like a remake of
like the arcade.
original. Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember seeing a date. I was kind of hoping it would be, you know, a
At
surprise
E3.
during E3. Yeah, but didn't happen.
There's Mikey, Donnie. Who are the other two again?
Raphael.
Oh, yeah, Raffy.
Lee, you don't know the other Ninja Turtles?
Dude, I'm blanking so hard. I couldn't even think of freaking Isabel's name tonight. Okay. Do you know how long I played Animal Crossing and I
my
couldn't come up
Ninja
with
Turtle-
Isabel?
My Ninja Turtle heart is broken. I've got, you can't really see
Oh,
them, but
Lord.
these comics right here next to the extendable ear are Ninja Turtle comics from IDW. They're amazing. But
Who's
anyway,
the last one?
Michelangelo, Donatello, Raphael, and Leonardo are the four Ninja
Leonardo.
Turtles. Yes.
That's the one.
I have a great collection of books that you'd like. They came out with this Ghostbusters Ninja Turtles crossover.
Yo.
Where they they fight ghosts together and shit. It's really funny. And so
I have one back here. I don't know where it is. I don't want to get up, but it's a Ninja Turtles and Batman crossover.
Oh, there we
man.
go.
Steph, are you able to download the game? Is that why you keep saying that?
Yeah, I think Steph and Stoop have the Monster Slayer game. Stoop is saying he's spoiling it in the arcade. I think they're putting up some screenshots of it.
There you go.
Dude, that's awesome.
I
That's
don't have
cool.
it yet.
I do not have the beta invite, so I'm assuming that's how they're playing it.
I'm assuming.
They got the beta
I'll
invite.
say I never signed up, so I don't think.
Yeah, because Steph just said that they put out another wave, I guess. So
Yeah.
I have it. Yep, I'm waiting on y'all.
Yeah. I wish I could play it, Steph.
We wish, girl.
That's
Don't
it.
they
Right.
know?
So in chat, when we're talking about Ninja Turtles, let's rank the Ninja Turtles real quick. I need to see
Raphael.
who's everybody's favorite Ninja Turtle. Mine's definitely between Michelangelo and Donnie. I growing up, it was always Michelangelo. I was like, party time, dude. Let's do it.
Mikey.
But as I've become such a nerd in adult life, more I'm leaning more towards Donnie.
It's because you shared a name, right, Mikey?
Yeah, that was a lot of it. I was like, yo,
Mikey.
I'm a Ninja Turtle. But his
I'm a Ninja
personality was
Turtle.
just awesome.
It's true. He's definitely the ADD Ninja Turtle, right?
Yes, 100%.
And so I have a special affinity for him as well.
Yes, there you go.
For sure. I think that there was a lot of Raffy in the chat though.
Yeah,
people love Raphael.
And honestly, chat's gonna hate me, but he's actually
The bottom of your list.
the end of my list. Yeah, I think my list would be as an adult. I think it would be Donnie, Michelangelo, Leo, Raph. Yeah, don't at me.
Don't at me.
Don't at me.
I need to know who in the chat has downloaded or is planning to download Orna. Not to get off completely off topic, but I need to know.
We need to make sure we are friends with everybody that have Orna right now downloaded. So if you have it downloaded, please let us know so we can party up. Look, I've reached 74 and I haven't even done anything.
Dude, I reached 78 or 79 while we were in chat in stream.
That is what we're talking about. Like, because if you're in a party together and your party gets experience points,
level 40.
Raylos has been killing it, dude. That's what's happening right now. Raylos and Britt are playing.
Yeah, Raylos is insane, man. He's been playing it like crazy.
He didn't even show up to the podcast tonight because he's too busy playing.
He's playing it tonight. Yeah, exactly. He's not even wondering. Doesn't even care about the podcast. He's just like, I'm playing. Look, you do the podcast. I'll level everybody up. That's the plan.
Yeah, I mean that's good teamwork right there. Teamwork makes the dream work, y'all.
100%.
Please also join the channel in the Discord, guys.
Yes.
Stoop, try it. Just try it. I know you're set on Witcher, but just download Orna.
Wait on The Witcher for everybody
Yeah, play with
else,
us,
man.
Play with all
I
of us.
want to experience it with you.
Exactly.
Come on, just come join the hype train with Orna, because then you're gonna drop in. It's gonna be everybody's gonna be at 150 level 150, and you're gonna pop in and be like, I'm level 3, guys. Can I join a party? And everyone's gonna say, Stoop, you're too far behind. Nobody's gonna be able to help you out, bro.
Yep, 100%.
You just gotta join now. Now is the time.
But all right,
And
homies.
that's my pitch.
That's your pitch. Very aggressive. But anyways, guys, I think we're gonna get out of here. But hey, good news! Our good pal is still streaming. Zoe Fleischer, aka Snitching Witches.
Let's go raid her.
So I think, as Tony Stark would say, we're bringing the party to you.
Yeah,
so
let's bring the party to Zoe.
So she's playing some Stardew Valley. Let's go hang out with her, chill out, and give her some friggin' nerds love. So
Heck yeah.
let's go give Zoe some love. We'll see you guys on
the flippity flop
Thursday.
See you on the flippity flop.
See you on the flippity flop. See you guys later.
Yes. See you guys.